Okay, everyone, this is Candy. Candy Diva Dynamite Jackson. And I've been noticing a lot of weird behavior with people lately, especially online. And they criticize you about every little thing. And get this, they have to ask you if you work or anything, which is really none of their business. And like they like the hustle and bustle of life instead of like just taking it easy, slowing it down. And like, and then you tell the truth about how they're acting, and then they blame it on you. It's like they can't see it, but you do. Because you feel so deeply about things. And they say you can't even love your dog like your child. And they think it's sick and weird. And then they call you a fail, and they say it makes you a failure if you're then they say it makes you a failure just because you love your dog. And then they say that you hate people, which you don't. You really don't, but they always hurt you. And it's like all they're worried about is working and crap like that. Instead of just, talking to each other. Being nice to each other. Genuinely, not fake. Genuinely. And like, the things they say is hurtful. They don't see it. Because I don't even think they read anything. I don't even think they really look into the text of what they're really saying. Because it really hurts. And they think everybody's supposed to be this working high, solving person and stuff like that. And like, and some and act like a know-it-all too. And say that you're doing this wrong. No, you're supposed to do this. No, you're doing this wrong. Instead, just take a chill pill. Relax. Be yourself. Be nice to people. Genuinely. Like, take a deep breath and relax and just chill. Like, people can love their dog like a baby. Like their baby. She's basically like my baby. And I love her to death. And they say you talk about your spiritual difficulties and stuff like that. Which is not true. So I can see through the thin lines of what they're really saying. And it hurts. And I keep trying to go back to talk to people. And every time I go there, they say something smart alecky like that to me. Saying only their opinions matter. Which is not true. It's not opinions. It's hurtful. There's a fine line between being honest and just being plain hurtful. And they don't see that. They don't have any healthy boundaries anymore either. And like, and I got so many questions. And I came and talked to my mom. She just says it's jealousy. Which I think is something much deeper than that. I think it's something much deeper than that. I think another reason too is that they hate themselves. So they put it on you. And they say that you gossip. No, there's a difference between gossiping and being honest. Gossiping is when you're being mean about someone, spreading lies. Being honest is when you're just saying how you feel about how people are treating you. And I said, I'm probably the nicest person here and stuff like that. Not out of malice, but just being honest. Because I actually care about people. And like, see people as people. But most don't see it like that. And every time you tell the truth, and It never fails. Every time you tell the truth, they're going to blame you for what they're doing. And it's not right. People have changed, man. They're not as nice as they seem to be. People have changed. And like, you could be as honest and loving as you can and still don't like you. And like, oh, they say they don't. Oh, they said they don't have a problem with me, but I don't believe that. I think they do. And like, just like, oh, this one person is right about spreading the seed and stuff, not about seeing what people are doing. And like, and there's this one that said that only talks about raw meat all the time, which I don't think is good for you to eat. And like, and also too, they only care about facts, not honesty. Speak it from your heart. And that's not right either. Because honesty comes from you. A feeling deeply comes from your soul and your heart. And they don't understand that. Like, I feel very deeply about everything around me. And when I say I care, I really do. But they say, actions speak louder than words. But when I say my words about who I really am, they say I'm fooling myself. But like, I never treat people like this. Yes, back in the past when I was going crazy, yeah, but that wasn't my fault. It's the way people are treating me. And like all you want is to have real people to talk to. And they treat you like that. And like, and just because you don't work, they don't think you're doing anything with your life. They forget about just living life. Instead of always hustle and bustle, worrying about foods, what to eat, what not to eat. I don't worry about it all the time, but I do my best. And like, they worry about every little thing nowadays. Instead of actually giving kindness to people. And understanding. Deep understanding, not fake understanding. And then they ask you questions like how you know if you're being real and stuff like that. Being real means you're not acting like they are. You're not being fake. You're being who you are. Being honest, true to yourself. Not following what people do or people say because you're thinking for yourself. Because you know in your heart it's not right. Like, and they are so glued to their phones all day and make fun of people. I don't even stay on there all day and make fun of people and crap. That's just not right. Or they make fun of people's lives just because they don't live the same life they do. Just like back then, they said I'm immature for being honest and make me cry. And they say crying makes you weak, which it doesn't. It's because you're feeling deeply. You can feel things deeply, and that's what a human is. When you feel things deeply, they don't know how to be human anymore. They're robots. I'm not saying that to be mean, it's telling the truth. There's only like a couple of people there that actually act human. And they think their opinions matter more than how you feel. Now, I'm not saying opinions, I'm saying what I see. With my own eyes. Because I actually read what they're actually saying. In a deeper perspective. And you try so hard to be nice to everybody. And all they say is just get a few people and stuff like that. I understand that already. And it's like they don't know how to treat people in a kind way anymore. Like, there's a fine line between honesty and just being flat out rude to someone. And they even hated Always Smiled because she was because she was being honest. I never seen her as a bad person. I seen her as a good person. And I expect you to be happy all the time. Instead of actually feeling things in your soul. And that's why it's hard for me to get the stuff out of my head because of the way people are. But yeah, it mind boggles me how people could be so mean and hurtful and not care at all if they hurt your feelings. Because they say that's weak. Lighten up. And stuff like that. Like, people have changed. People have really changed.